Hello everybody, Saigan here. It's E3. E3 is here. I'm going to try getting out some of my press conference review videos out throughout the day as I have opportunity. It's also summer and Perry's off doing art stuff, so I'm juggling trying to keep up on these press conferences, trying to keep up on these videos. Probably not going to be any streaming today or tomorrow. I'm sorry. So Microsoft had their press conference this morning, and it's Microsoft's first good press conference in a couple of years. First of all, they didn't say a damned thing about the Kinect. They already get points. It was fantastic. So going down the list of stuff that they talked about, excuse me, I've got a piece of paper here. Excuse me. Halo 5, Guardians, my notes. It looks really, really good. They finally have co-op, drop-in, drop-out play, and it actually looks like there's multiple objectives designed with co-op in mind, which is fantastic, because in previous Halo games, co-op was always just kind of like, here's Master Chief, and this silent Master Chief who kind of hangs out with him. Except in Halo 3, where there was like, you know, also the Arbiter was kind of there. And he played exactly like the Chief, but this actually has, you know, 4 different characters in each squad, Spartan Locke squad and Master Chief's squad, voiced by different people, and they have different personalities, and there are different objectives, so good for that. The multiplayer, I think it's called, what did I call it? What did they call it? I don't know what they called it. It was like Warforce or something, or I don't remember, but it looks like big team battle where you've got 24 Spartans working together against an army of enemies. That looks great. Keiji Inafune, who created Mega Man, Children, and the Metroid Prime creators are working together on a game called Recore. There was no gameplay. So there's not much to say about like the actual video that they showed. The video looks cool. The video looks great, but without gameplay, it's really hard to say. I would have been hyped just from them saying that they had Metroid Prime developers working with Keiji Inafune making a game. Like, they didn't have to show anything else. They could have just like checked that off a list and I'd have been hype anyways. Backwards compatibility has been added to the Xbox One, as well as cross-platform multiplayer with 360 for the backwards compatible games. That means things like Borderlands. The first Borderlands doesn't have a next-gen re-release, but you will be able to play it on your Xbox One with people playing it on their Xbox 360s. So that's a nice addition. Any of the 360 games that are being added to the digital library will be cross-platform or will be backwards compatible. You won't have to buy them again. All you have to do is put in the original game disc and it'll say, oh, you own this game, and then you download it for free. That'll be available this holiday season. They have a new wireless controller coming out called the Elite. It has customizable hardware. I'm actually kind of excited for this because you can change like the sticks and the buttons and the D-pad design, everything. You can customize it to your play style preference and what you find to be comfortable. It has hairpin trigger locks. That's going to change competitive Halo completely. No more modding. Well, no, people are still going to mod. People always find a reason to mod. Fallout 4. We all knew that it was going to look good. What does it look like? Well, it looks like Fallout 3 plus 1. That's a good thing. VATS is in it. It looks like the Brotherhood of Steel power armor actually is used as power armor now. It's Bethesda. The cool news that comes with Fallout 4 is that they're adding mod support for the Xbox One. That's a first. Anybody who creates mods, you can download all those PC Fallout 4 mods. Those are going to be compatible with the Xbox One. You will be able to download them all for free and use them on your Xbox One version of the game, which is very cool. The EA press conference was still very dull. Press part of the Xbox One. They're adding something called EA Access, which is this $5 a month EA subscription service to consoles, where it gives you early access to games like, a month or two prior to the other ones, which means all the Madden fans will be paying an additional fee to play the same game they've been playing since 1997. The NFL license thing needs to go away so that Sega can go back to making 2K series. I don't even like football, but I will play the crap out of 2K. Forza 6 was announced. Forza has always looked amazing. It looks great. It always gets great reviews. The Forza fans that I know won't shut up about Forza. Forza makes me wish I cared about cars. I try to play it and I get completely overwhelmed by options and words that I'm not familiar with. So sadly, I will not be playing Forza again. But if you are into racing games and you like your licensed cars in your video games, check out Forza. It looks good. Dark Souls 3 announced. That's all I got to say about that. The Division beta is coming in December. Finally, this is like the third E3 that the Division has been shown at. Rainbow Six Siege releasing this year. It also comes with Rainbow Six Vegas 1 and 2 for free. It's a very long press conference. There's a game coming out called Gigantic that's cross-console between the Xbox One and Windows 10. They didn't show... If they showed gameplay, it was very hard to recognize as it being gameplay, and I don't really have any understanding of what kind of game it is. It might be a MOBA. If it is a MOBA, it looks like it's more towards Monday Night Fight. Was that the name of that one? Like an over-the-shoulder type thing. It looks like they finally have a lot of indie devs, which is great because it's one of the things that the Xbox One was really lacking. They pissed off a lot of indie developers during the 360 days. It's why, like, Skullgirls will not be getting an Xbox One release because it was such a nightmare to work with them before. But it looks like they might have ironed some things out. Among the indie devs, there's a game called Ashen that both Perry and I thought looked really good. We couldn't tell, again, like if it was in-engine graphics or not, but the setting looks like it's good. Seeing some gameplay will make or break whether or not I want to get the game. Beyond Eyes, this is one that I heard about before, and I've seen screenshots. I finally got to see it in motion. Beyond Eyes is a game where you're actually playing as a blind girl. So most of the screen is actually white. And the world around you kind of gets painted as you explore it based on like sound and touch. It looks very, very pretty. It looks like a watercolor being drawn as you're playing it. Cuphead is coming to the Xbox One. People were hype. I haven't actually played Cuphead yet. The animation looks great, though. Game preview. Oh! Alright, so this is actually kind of interesting. They're bringing early access services to the Xbox One. But any game that is in early access, you get a free trial period with it before you decide if you want to pay for early access. I think that's a huge improvement over how early access is already being done on PC. It looks like Elite Dangerous is coming to the Xbox One. Ion, which is being made by the DayZ devs. It didn't show a goddamn thing. I have no idea what this game is about. It looks like it might be some kind of space exploration game. It's hard to tell. Rise of the Tomb Raider. There was gameplay footage. I've been giving a lot of thumbs up today. This was actually a pretty solid press conference. I played Perry. I watched Perry play a lot of the Tomb Raider reboot. She really enjoyed it. That she actually 100%ed the game, which is something I've never seen her do before, and something that I rarely do. I'm usually not very thorough. Those who are fans of my channel already know this. She was very excited. The gameplay looked like more of the same good stuff, which is great. If you liked this last Tomb Raider, you'll probably be excited for this next Tomb Raider. The Rare replay. Rare, who, as we all know, was purchased by Microsoft some time ago, is releasing a collection of 30 of their classic games for $30. So $1 per game. Jet Force Gemini, I spotted, was in the collection. Battletoads, of course, the original Perfect Dark, Viva Pinata, Banjo-Kazooie. Everything that we all know and love from Rare looks like it's in this. I don't know if there's going to be like some obscure stuff that I'm not familiar with. Like, even Cameo is in it. So that looks like it's going to be worth its money. $30 for 30 Rare games? That's solid. RC Pro-Am. RC Pro-Am will be in that. I said Battletoads, I'm pretty sure. Sea of Thieves, coming from Rare, looks like a multiplayer pirate sim. It looks so good. Like, you actually have different players doing different things on the ship, hoisting the sails, etc., etc., etc. I don't know if it's going to be like an MMO or what, but it's definitely multiplayer. It looks like it has a huge, huge open world. It actually, watching the gameplay kind of made me think of Assassin's Creed Black Sail. And that's good news. Fable Legends is going to be free to play for Windows 10 and Xbox One, of course, with cross-console. Fable Legends looked much better this year. And the fact that it's free is... they announced their Oculus Rift partnership again. The Oculus Rift is going to work with Xbox One games as well, which means I have to pick one up because Halo Guardians looked really good, and I'll be buying that. I won't be buying it at launch, though, because I'm still angry as hell about what happened with Master Chief Collection. But I will probably buy it as soon as I hear one way or the other about the problems that the game has or does not have. Let's see, the Microsoft HoloLens. We live in the future. If you haven't seen the footage for the HoloLens, like, the initial footage was just kind of like simple things around your house. Like, you'd wear this little like glasses type headset, kind of like Google Glass, but it would do things like project things onto bare walls. Like, you know, you could look at the wall and be like, well, here's your Facebook, here's your Twitter feeds, here's all this stuff. Look at this wall over here, and that's where you've assigned your virtual big screen TV to be that you can play games on. So they're kind of like eliminating the need for certain kinds of electronics. They're adding electronic entertainment virtually in augmented reality. It's really cool technology. It has Minecraft support. The Minecraft support looks cool as hell. Because first they showed the guy just playing Minecraft against a blank wall. And they had a camera feed set up so that you could see what was being projected to him through the HoloLens. So that was cool. And then he stood up and went over to just a regular table, and he loaded up his Minecraft world on the table. And he could look everywhere on this Minecraft world. He could see the other players who were in the game doing their thing. He could map it out for them. He could set markers for them. He had console commands all across this big world. It was like he was Minecraft God. And it was just so freaking cool to watch. If you can find the video, I'll link it later if I get a chance to. I'm about 30 minutes away from the next press conference, which is EA. Blown away by how cool the HoloLens is. Super excited for it. Gears of War Ultimate was announced. Gears of War Ultimate Edition is a HD re-release, upscale, 60 frame per second, 1080, of Gears of War 1. I love Gears of War, so I'll probably be getting that. Public beta is going on this week. I'm actually kind of happy. I'm going to plug in my Xbox One. It has been sitting on the floor for months now. And I'm actually really, really happy that I have it now. Initially, worst $400 I've ever spent. But I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I'll turn it back on. It can get, you know, it's months of updates. I might give Master Chief Collection another try because apparently that's been fixed. Only took them half a year. Gears 4 got announced. There was gameplay footage for that. There was sadly no gameplay footage for Ultimate Edition, but Gears 4 had gameplay footage. It looked kind of early. Some of the textures were very 360 textures. The lighting was good. I'm excited to have another Gears game. Story-wise, though, it doesn't make a lot of sense to do another one. It was one of those franchises where it ended so well. Gears of War 3 was a beautiful, beautiful swan song, and then Judgment kind of went back and filled in the backstory a little bit more for some of the characters. I don't know why 4 is here, but as a Gears fan of the gameplay and the writing, I hope they'll do good things with it. I mean, we didn't really need Halo 4, and then Halo 4 turned out to be great. Not everybody agrees with that sentiment. So that was Microsoft's press conference. It was very good. It was their first good press conference in years, and they finally got to take a jab at Sony. When they were doing their backwards compatibility thing, and they said, okay, 360 games are being added to the library digitally. If you have the disc, you put in the disc and it downloads the game for free. Because we're not going to charge you for a game you already own. Just snap and get off the stage, damn. It was a pretty nice jab at Sony because that's a problem that Sony has had since the PS3 is they keep adding classic Sony games to their new consoles, but not having them be cross or backwards compatible. Like the first generation PS3 was backwards compatible with PS2, and then they took that feature out and started putting those games on the PlayStation Store. So I haven't been a giant fan of that, but I don't know. Depending on the devs, there's a lot of stuff that I just buy whenever it comes out anyways. Like, I don't know how many different copies of, like, SNK games I have. Like, I have so many releases of King of Fighters and Metal Gear and Fatal Fury games. If it's a developer that I like, then I'll generally just throw them the money anyways because I want to continue supporting them. So that's that, actually. I need to get back upstairs and get ready for the EA press conference, which I feel like there's something better I could be doing this afternoon than listening to the EA press conference, because they're going to talk about Star Wars Battlefront, and either one of two things is going to happen. It's going to be a massive disappointment, which most of the news that we've heard about Battlefront so far has been disappointing. Second option is I will lift my self-imposed EA ban and be hyped for Battlefront. Those are my only two options. I can't think of anything else that they're going to be releasing that I would even remotely care about. I don't know, maybe Fight Night. I am a sucker for the Fight Night series, and it's been a while since I played one of those. There's been nothing EA that's been exciting since they closed down EA Big. You know? I mean, what happened to Def Jam? What happened to SSX? EA Big put out some really good stuff. And they're gone. Alright. So that's that. Thanks for watching, everybody. And I should have some more videos posted later today for the other press conferences. Thank you for watching. Saigan Cat out. See you all next time.